It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Commissioner Paul Neidig.
It is our weekly conversation with the Commissioner. Welcome into the Commissioner's Corner. I'm Brendan King, joined by the Commissioner of the IHSAA. It's Paul Neidig. Paul, congrats to you and your team on wrapping up another great IHSAA football state finals. And I guess this is officially the transition, right? As we get into December, football wraps up, basketball officially in full motion. How'd everything go last weekend at Lucas Oil Stadium?
Well, first of all, it's a phenomenal weekend. We had great attendance, and the games I thought they weren't decided. Sometimes you get there and based upon records and other things, people are saying this team's going to win, this team's going to win. These games were highly competitive, even though the score may not have ended up there at the end. But we had a 14-14 game at halftime in the 1A game, and and these kids really were prepared well. They played well, and their coaches did a great job with them, and so it was a great fan tournament.
What can you say about the partnership with the Colts? And, of course, the Colts then played the Texans on Sunday, and that's so special in our state that literally, professional football players are using this turf the day after, 2 days after high school players get to. The partnership with the Colts another year down, right?
Yeah, that's right. The Colts are phenomenal. They do such a great job, and they grow football in Indiana. Like the Pacers Sports Entertainment helped us grow basketball, and they grow football, and they do a great job. And it's across the board. The work that they've done with not only the high school scene and honoring coaches and teams is great, but the work they've done to develop girls flag football in the state is phenomenal also. And so that only grows football across the board. And then again, the Colts are just phenomenal people that understand high school sports.
So a big shout out to all the Mental Attitude Award winners. 1A was Micah Rands, 3A was Brady Trebley, 5A was Abe Walling. Then the 2A game on Saturday morning, it was Micah Sheffer, Colin Ash from Roncalli in Class 4A. I thought it was super special, though, Paul, in Class 6A to wrap up the weekend. Cash Ballard from Westfield, who is one of the sons of Indianapolis Colts general manager Chris Ballard. I know Chris every year records a video for you guys as the teams are taking the field. So that's a special moment for every kid and parent when they're watching their son, their child, play at Lucas Oil Stadium. But how about to get Chris involved and have his son Cash win the Mental Attitude Award? Of course, that speaks to what he does at Westfield. But just for you guys at the IHSAA to have that photo taken, Chris Ballard on the field with his family in the 6A game, how cool was that?
Well, it was real cool. And anytime a student athlete wins the Mental Attitude Award, it's something they put on their resume for the rest of their life. But, I saw Cash come through, and I saw his application. And first of all, a great football player. His command of the game and as the center on the offensive line there was great. But, he handled himself with such class all the way through. His interview post-award was phenomenal also. And then, and that's for all families. It's just another opportunity to be proud of this child that they've raised. And, it was obvious that Cash has got a phenomenal upbringing and great parents, and that showed Saturday, and that's the reason why he was the Mental Attitude Award winner.
Paul Neidig, the Commissioner of the IHSAA, with us on the Commissioner's Corner. So, Paul, full swing, girls basketball and boys basketball. I know last weekend, with the snow coming into town, it was greeted by a lot of postponements, I think 48 total basketball postponements on Friday night. So what's the process for you guys of helping get all those rescheduled on schools' dockets? And, again, 48 postponements, that's a big number.
Well, our schools do a phenomenal job. It's something that our athletic directors, I think, across the board are some of the best in the country, and they do a great job of managing those types of situations. And it's not just one phone call and say, we're going to play this game on this date. You have to work out the date, then you got to make sure you can hire officials, you got to let your fans know, you got to reschedule transportation. There's just a whole host of things that go with those reschedules, and our schools and our athletic directors do just a phenomenal job with that. And certainly it's not something that we want to do, but we're certainly prepared when it's time to make a reschedule.
Paul Neidig, the Commissioner of the IHSAA. Paul, always a pleasure. Great job last weekend, and we'll talk to you again soon.
We'll talk to you soon, Brendan, and thank you for what you do to promote education-based athletics in this great state.
Thanks for listening to the Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig, and thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
right, welcome everyone here to the Terrace of the Trojan Trench as NorthWood travels south to take on the Triton Trojans here tonight. Hi everybody, I'm Andy O'Hara. With me here this evening, Kenny Barnhart, Kate and Caitlin on our sideline cameras, and as always, the Hall of Famer Ryan Limler here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network, broadcasting live on YouTube in the IHSAA Champions Network as Triton comes in 2-0 in the season, wins against Oregon Davis and Plymouth their last time out, and NorthWood played their first game of the season last night against Tippecanoe Valley, where they won 66-28. As these two sides come in, their series dating back to the 1969-70 season, where NorthWood leads the all-time series 39-9 games. Triton has won 5 times here against them on their home floor, and the last time these two teams met, NorthWood won 62-25. The other night, as we said, Triton took on Plymouth. And in that ball game, you saw a lot of excitement, fireworks, Kenny, of what we kind of expected from this group. They played really talented, and it all starts with the pair of players we're going to talk about here tonight. Starting off with the first guy.
It's going to go. There it goes.
Well, Julian Swanson, he had a big game against Oregon Davis, but yet he still found his way into the scorers columns. He does a really nice job. He moves the floor so well.
Yeah, he would just cut right into the basket. You know, him being a little on the shorter side, but that didn't stop him. He just kept going right on in, muscling his way right in. A lot of good shots going right to the basket.
And like I said, attacking the rim, going up there against the 10, trying to knock things down. It was really good. But what I really liked here, and we'll see here again, he just attacks. He's not the biggest guy, but he's using that weight and just real quick with those feet to attack him. But the one thing I really did like about what he did is you're going to see right here is that block. He got up and he blocked a guy a little bit taller than him. I mean, just get him up there and knocked it down.
Yeah, just get there and just not being afraid, just getting right in there with that.
And then Brady Wood, the sensational sophomore, Brady Buckets, as we like to call him. He was a bucket from the get-go. That's the opening point of the ball game. He nails that three and didn't look back. Finished the night with 10 points.
Yeah, he just always gets that good look, gets set up, gets a good square, and gets it going. Even does a little bouncing around underneath, gets it off and gets a shot down and gets it going.
And you can tell this young man has been in the weight room. He's now found a way to use that weight a little more in his favor and how he can move on the floor.
Yeah, like there, he gets set up for the three, gets a good look, drops it right in, and then he can also do that underneath and just go right for the basket.
And you can tell it, he puts that work, and he just moves the floor so flawlessly. I mean, like I said, good awareness of the time there to get that buzzer beater at the end of the third quarter the other night. And then, of course, the guy who was the player of the night there, Jamison Swanson. Yep. It's showtime. I mean, you got older brothers, Magic Johnson. This is showtime, Swanson. He was perfect from the floor for 11 points on 2 3-pointers and did just an outstanding job.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. They tried to need a little bit of a spark. He come in off the bench here and just started hitting some threes, and that just got everybody else just going. And just like I said, it's that spark plug off the bench that gets that team ignited.
And we call him Showtime because this kid, when he gets out there, he always puts on a show. I mean, last year at JV, eyes in the back of his head. He does things so well. Just the way he moves the floor, as you see there, runs, finds a way to put the ball in the basket, and sets up his teammates extremely well.
Yeah, it's one of those things. You start drawing like that, so now you're going to get those defenders who come into you and then get somebody else open.
And with this group the other night against that Plymouth team, did a great job. This is a team that played really good at home. Guys that usually are used to scoring pretty well, they found other ways to score, and Jason Gross talked about that in that postgame interview. He said, hey, we can bring guys up off the bench when other players are not playing as well, and he's not afraid to go all the way down to the end.
Yeah, and that's a nice thing with that bench, is, hey, if something's not clicking for that night, for somebody for that night, you got somebody else who can come right in, step up, and just fill in a spot and maybe have a night that one of the starters may not be.
And for the Trojans, second game in a row where they out-rebounded their opponent. Out-rebound 33-22. Plymouth a little more bigger physical opponent, which is what they're going to kind of see tonight with this NorthWood team. There's a lot of size. I mean, Triton is not going to match up as far as if you go towards the roof in some regards, but yet Triton has a lot of muscle where they can throw their weight around. They're going to have to against this taller team.
Yeah, I was typing in those stats there last night for the roster for tonight, and get started in there. Okay, 5'8", and stuff. No, 6'2", 6'3", 6'7". So yeah, you're going to have a lot of that height. The Triton's just their highest is 6'2" of Arnett coming in off the bench, but yeah, a lot of that 6 foot. So a lot of these guys are just going to have to know how to match up.
And with what this group can do, like I said, yes, they're not as tall. Jaden Overmeyer has done an outstanding job. Has led the team in rebounds the last 2 games. He had a double-double his first time out, and then again last time 6 rebounds against a pretty good physical group. Triton's finding a way to get those rebounds.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is those guys have got some muscle in there. So looking at where that basket is, like I said, Groves made that comment. I can't remember who he brought up, but he said going for a rebound and look up, the ball, you're underneath the basket. So get that awareness of where that is, and he said that's made a big difference.
And for this group coming in, it's early in the year. I mean, NorthWood found that out last night. They played their first game against Tippecanoe Valley. That's a sectional opponent. They handled themselves pretty well. And for Triton tonight, they're going to have to stay out of foul trouble because NorthWood, very well coached there by Aaron Wolfe in his 19th season, took that team to state a couple of years ago. This group here, he's got a great program. So does Jason Groves. We should be in for a good one with these two programs.
Yeah, being able to match up here, and it's always this tough. Always, every time you look at this schedule in NorthWood, it's the beginning of the season. Yeah, it's always going to be a big, hard fought game. But then also, Triton needing that to basically learn if there's any mistakes or anything like that they need to work on throughout the season. That's a good way to get it started.
Well, at the same time, NorthWood, this is the kind of game I like, the 3A versus 1-way.
Yep.
It's kind of telling you where do you kind of stack up physicality-wise. And against a program that is a winning program down here in NorthWood, and Aaron Wolfe has done that in his time there at NorthWood, has made this a perennial contender.
Yeah, as I say, we've always wondering why do they keep doing that. But, yeah, they just always do that good matchup.
And while some might look at that as like, okay, it's a bigger school. Triton being a 1A school may not match up as well. But what everybody needs to realize is when you go down further in state, look at last year.
Yes.
Triton went all the way down there, and then they ran into a Clinton Prairie team that was a lot bigger, which is going to be similar to what NorthWood was. I think a game like this is a good setup to see what you could potentially see down the road.
Yeah, that's to say when we got down into there, and that last year being that little bit of a reconfiguration on who was in 1A, you did have some of those teams that was always in that 2A, couldn't really go anywhere, so they got actually dropped into the 1A, and they're really powerhouses. So that's kind of that good matchup, like you said, with NorthWood being that 3A coming in for Triton to have a good experience against.
And with not being able to really watch NorthWood last night as we had other things going on, but at the same time, this is a group, Aaron Wolfe, very well coached. They're going to move the ball extremely well, and they play great defense. And they're not just going to play defense just great in the half court, it's the entire court. You've got to have that awareness and be smart with where you're going to go with the basketball because Aaron Wolfe's guys are going to go out there and they're going to jump those passing lanes.
Yeah, they're going to just set you right up here and just kind of lay back a little bit, maybe at the first of the game here, just kind of get your false where you're thinking you're going to throw that ball, and then all of a sudden they're just going to start stepping in and start stealing.
And that's where it comes down where Jason Groves, of course, his storied career, 21st year coaching here at Triton. I mean, he's took him down to state numerous times. I mean, he has developed a program. Now your kids went through this program. My kids now are starting to go through this program. It starts from the top down to the bottom, and it's a lot of the same in the fundamental style of basketball. Controllables, control what you can't control.
Yep, and always and just that repetition and everything. Stair steps all the way through the different grades, so by the time you get into that varsity level, it's everything that you've always done, maybe quarterback of 5th grade, but you've stepped it up because you've just been able to keep going with that same program. And
while Triton may be the underdogs here tonight, and rightly so, NorthWood a very big physical, very big team in the way they play basketball, but Triton has to have that dog mentality here tonight.
Yep.
It's not the matter of the size of the dog in the fight, it's a matter of the fight inside of the dog, and I think that's what this group and how they're going to have to approach this ball game.
Yeah, they're going to just can't be intimidated. Just step it up, play their game, and if they do happen to get down just a little bit to start, don't panic, just regroup and really go back at it.
And Triton, of course, has outscored their opponents in the first 4 quarters of the year. I mean, this is a team that starts out kind of warm, but yet they kind of feel their way out in the first 2 quarters, but then they just excel, averaging 16 and 18 points respectively in those 3rd and 4th quarters. We're about 35 seconds away. We're going to turn it over to PA announcer Jordan Nickus as we'll get the national anthem followed by the starting lineups, and after that, we'll be back right here on the Triton Trojans Sports Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Trojan Trench for tonight's contest between the NorthWood Panthers and your Triton Trojans. On behalf of the Triton community and the entire staff and student body of the Triton Junior Senior High School, we welcome NorthWood as our guest at tonight's contest. We ask that all fans and players demonstrate an attitude of respect and good sportsmanship throughout today's contest. Your cooperation and positive support are greatly appreciated. Now please rise if you haven't already, and gentlemen, kindly remove your hats as we honor America in the playing of our national anthem. Now let's meet the starters. First for our visitors, the NorthWood Panthers. The senior at guard number 2, Colin Dietzman. Senior forward number 3, Rogan Barrell. Guard, a senior number 5, Caleb Vinson. Forward, senior, number 31, Mason Pearson. Forward, senior, number 32, Davis Everingham. Panthers are coached by Mr. Aaron Wolfe. Now get on your feet for your children. At guard, the senior number 4, Landon Patrick. At guard, a senior number 10, Julian Swanson. At forward, senior number 12, Jaden Overmeyer. Guard, senior number 20, Gage Ripple. And at guard, a sophomore number 24, Brady Wood. Our Triton Trojans are coached by Mr. Jason Groves. Your officials for our contest are Kim Curry, Jerry Fitzpatrick, and John Kramer. Let's have a great contest.
All right, as the starting lineups out there for both sides, Overmeyer and the 6'7" Davis Everingham, or excuse me, Mason Pearson will meet at center court. As Kenny gets some of the rest of their stuff kind of caught up there, they await final instructions. Jason Groves trying to move somebody around. Both sides settling in. Overmeyer and Pearson get ready. Ball's up and we're underway as the Panthers will control the tip as Everingham leaves it there for Vincent. Vincent goes to Farrell, who hands it off. Everingham works it to Vincent. Up on top to Pearson. Pearson hands it off there to Dietzman. Dietzman pull-up jumper inside the free throw line, does not connect, and Jaden Overmeyer collects the rebound. Swanson's going to set things up as he hands it on over to Patrick. Jason Gross trying to focus his group in. Another good capacity crowd here tonight for both sides. Brady Wood inside the three-point line, skips it to Riffle, corner three on the way. Off the mark, no good, tipped around, and Pearson comes away with the rebound. The big man spins, lost the basketball. Patrick's got it, Triton's got numbers. Julian Swanson puts it in, and Triton strikes first. Pearson just lost the basketball trying to go down the floor. Good heads-up play there by Landon Patrick. Everingham swings it on over to Vincent here on the near side. Pearson's going to hand off to Everingham. He steps back, deep three on the way for the lead. Back iron, no good. Gage Riffle with the rebound. Riffle going to attack. Leaves it for Swanson with the up fake. He will drive, and a foul call, our first of the ball game. This one's on the Panthers.
So it's going to be on Vincent, his first. Like I said, team's first.
Of course, the Triton youngsters in their student section there in that front row made their point known in the JV contest.
Yeah, they were right there because that was a nice, good, close game.
They had to wake up the high school kids. Riffle dials a three. Count that one, the mailman delivers, and Triton with a 5-0 run to start the ball game. Everingham on the left wing to Pearson up top. Waits, looks right, he has Vincent off the screen. He stops there on the right wing, up on top to Dietzman. He tries a contested three, answers right back, Dietzman from beyond the arc. Triton needs help as they're going to pressure in the full court. Patrick going to get tracked by Vincent the whole way.
Yeah, here's that defense. They're just going to stay right there, but can't get too aggressive.
And Vincent makes him pay for that one.
But that's going to be his second one already. Edwards. Colin Edwards is going to be.
Patrick now past the half-court line. Guarded closely by Edwards, and leaves it for Swanson. Overmeyer gets it in the corner. Lost the basketball, regains control in the corner. Overmeyer attacks, leaves it for Riffle. Lost the ball. Triton kind of losing a little bit of control with that basketball. Swanson drives side of the lane, strong, but he lost it out of bounds. And Triton will turn it over. Kind of lost the dribble there, Kenny, a few different times. Couldn't really seem to get the good grip on the basketball.
Yeah, it just seemed a little, for him to lose the ball like that, just seemed a little off, that with a grip or something going on there.
Edwards now with the basketball. Goes down to Pearson. He for the tie. And the Panthers on a 5-0 run of their own to knot it up at 5 on the scoreboard. Wood now brings up the floor as he gets things set. Guarded by Everingham. Down to Riffle. Regains control in the baseline. Lost his dribble now. Has to go somewhere with it. Waits for Swanson to get freed up. It's a noisy place in here. Both sides making their presence known for the fan section. Overmeyer, long-handled possession there. Good defense by the Panthers. Patrick attacks through, draws the foul, and one out coming. Luck down, Landon Patrick.
Yeah, way to cut through there and get that basket up there. Foul's going to be on Edwards, his first, team second.
Foul's called on number 10, Colin Edwards.
What a play by Patrick just to fight through contact.
Shirt to tuck in.
The NorthWood student section making sure to let Jay making their presence known. Patrick off the mark, cannot get the 3 points. Opportunity to drop, so Triton back in front by 2. Pearson lays it for Edwards, who checked in, as we noted moments ago. He drives aggressively to the basket. He gets double team. Brady Wood forces the jump ball, and Triton another turnover where they have a chance to go down and turn something into it.
Yeah, there's just defensive players just right in the right spot there, so when he turned right around, put it right into his lap.
Trojans got hit that 3 off of a turnover earlier. Brady Wood drives, stops with the basketball.
That defense for NorthWood just covering everybody up.
Fade away by Riffle, can't drop it in. Pearson with the defensive board. Pearson directing traffic, uses the screen. He'll drive the baseline. Retreats back, hands it off to Dietzman. Oh, good
Nice
feet
look
underneath, but couldn't handle it there. As Brogan Farrell lost it out of bounds, and now checking in will be Isaac Bell.
Number 21, checking in for the Panthers.
And looks like Farrell's going to sit down for just a bit.
Again, they're going to pressure in that full court.
Yeah, we've got a few more guys up here, but just more of a man-to-man pickup full court.
What Triton has going good for them, though, is that depth in that bench. Swanson off the screen for three. Magic Swanson as Jaden Overmeyer with the assist.
Yeah, nice good shovel pass there. Set him right up. Good look.
Dietzman, good close out there by the Trojans. Now to Pearson. Pearson, the high post, hands it to Dietzman for three. Cannot answer back. Tipped around. Edwards with the rebound. Oh, tipped around. Nope, never mind. And they're going to say it went off of the Panthers. They did get a hold of it, but couldn't quite control it. I thought Edwards had it there for a moment.
A little bit of a volleyball situation there. Just let it bounce around. Nobody could actually grab it.
Yep. Now Brady Wood will bring it up the floor. Pair of substitutions coming here for either side. Brady Wood goes up, rattles that one in. Took it all the way down with an ISO move underneath and put it in. Edwards now up the floor in a hurry. Good screen set by Pearson. Back to Pearson. Good close out there by Overmeyer to take the lane away. Everingham back to Pearson. Everingham trying to get freed up underneath. Some good screens being set underneath.
Look underneath.
Bell now to Everingham by himself for three. Can't drop it in. Edwards tips it to Bell, and a putback no good. Another rebound for Edwards. Dietzman off the rebound. Can't drop it in. Tipped up there by Pearson nearly, and a foul call on the Panthers. And that one put a little spark in the Trojan.
So Pearson's going to pick up that foul.
Fouls on number 31, Mason Pearson.
So Jameson Swanson and Isaac Quintana check in for Overmeyer and Swanson. A 30-second timeout, I believe, for the Panthers. We'll get those substitutions here momentarily.
I didn't see who else was coming in. They didn't really go out there then, so
It was kind of a
everybody kind of jumped up and
yeah, kind of jumped up and kind of went, just decided to go. I think Vincent checked in for the Panthers, but we'll see. I do know that Swanson and Quintana checked in, and that's going to take off, I believe,
yep, we got
Overmeyer for sure.
Yep, Swanson and Overmeyer, we believe. We'll see here shortly.
Yep, so Vincent will check in for the Panthers. And I believe that will sit down Everingham. Everybody else is still out there. So 5 came in, 32 is out.
And I still got to get somebody over there.
All right. Now Jameson Swanson, he'll bring it up the floor. Oh, so Patrick came out, not Julian. Swanson rolls right, leaves it for his brother on the right wing. Julian waiting for Quintana, freed up atop the key. Goes to Riffle with the bounce pass. Jameson Swanson takes off to his little shimmy. Julian Swanson attacks the rim, drops it in. Magic Swanson, another nice drive here. Playing like he's 6'4" out there on the floor.
I say he's not going to be afraid of anybody of height. He's going to take it right to the basket.
Dietzman off the screen. He'll try the dribble drive and a foul call on the Trojans. That'll be their first team foul.
He's going to be on Swanson, so said it's going to be the first one.
Now Landon Patrick back in the ball game.
For the Trojans, number 4,
As he checks in for Julian Swanson.
Now this be one of those here, you don't need to get a second foul here right away. Just take a little break. That effort's been there.
Jason Groston, he's not afraid to go into that bench. Of course, the JV had a thriller.
Oh, come down to the last second shot.
Talk about that more here momentarily. Edwards stops on the elbow. Pearson battling for position underneath. Quintana's got his hands full. Quintana getting himself some space to be able to attack the basketball. Pearson finds Edwards in the middle. It baskets up, and it's no good. Gage Riffle with the defensive rebound. Triton in transition the other way. Riffle puts on the brakes, dials a three. Can't drop it in. Tipped around Edwards. Here goes, tipped around Quintana. The ball's free. Goes off of Vincent, and the Trojans get the basketball. Brogan Farrell in the ball game for Bell. And now Julian Swanson with the quick breather. He's back in the ball game.
Also back in the game, number 10,
He's checking in for Gage Riffle. Of course, we talked about that JV contest. I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a play drawn up.
Yep. Yeah, that was just, you only had one shot at it to make it work, and it was there. Just the ball was off just 2 inches.
You couldn't have took a better shot. Let's put it that way. Great execution. Patrick pushes it right. Brady Wood with the hand in his face. Count that one. Brady buckets.
Patrick gave him to it, didn't he?
And the Trojans jump out to a 12-point lead here in this first quarter. Edwards.
Nice good look underneath.
Good look. Good back cut there by Farrell on the baseline. Pearson's going to pick up Patrick there at the top of the key as they settle into a man look. Dietzman's keeping an eye on him. So is Vincent. Patrick attacks. In the corner. Quintana hands it to Swanson, but he'll step out of bounds and a turnover for the Trojans. It's kind of a tight area to be into. Quintana went to handle, so it's a little bit too wide. And now Riffle will check in for Brady Wood. And Jason Groves, this is where that hockey lineup's going to come into real into favor for him, is throwing fresh legs out there frequently here in this ball game.
Somebody just got a 30-second breather and come right back out.
Dietzman now goes to Vincent up on top. They'll swing it around. Edwards on the right wing. Down to Pearson. Dietzman inside 10 seconds. 6 on the clock. Taken away. Landon Patrick. One-on-one fast break. Patrick goes up and puts it in. And Triton with a 19-7 lead to start the ball game. The Trojans come out on fire here in this first quarter. We will take a break. Be back after this right here on the Triton Trojans Sports Network.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
12-point lead here in this first quarter. Edwards.
Nice look underneath.
Good. And welcome back here to the Terrace of the Trojan Trench. Triton with a 19-7 lead here in this first quarter, really feeding off of the home crowd here tonight as NorthWood will start with the basketball. Vincent will bring it up. And they'll go back to work. Pearson kicked there by Landon Patrick. But Triton in that first quarter, 7 points off of turnovers, 9 defensive stops there on the defensive side. Really fed into that offense. Pearson swings it to Everingham off of the inbound. Vincent to Dietzman off the screen, off the side of the backboard, no good, ripped away by Brady Wood. And back of the Trojans, they've got numbers. Everingham slow in pursuit. He gets down there, and now Swanson leaves it for Patrick. Patrick, kick out, Overmeyer. Brady Wood now trying to calm the nerves. Riffle fires the three, too strong. Overmeyer's there to get the offensive rebound. Backing down Everingham, reverse lay-in's good. What a play by the Jet underneath. The navigation controls were good underneath the basket.
Yeah, they say he just knew awareness where it was at, just knew where to flick it around and get it up and over.
Vincent now up on top. Everingham off a nice screen. Count that one for Everingham. What a good screen set there. And a dagger for that young man.
That defense, though, for Northwood. They're just getting in the passing lanes, and anybody that's trying to cut through, they're being able to, like they're just caught it, been so tight.
Patrick frustrated on time, just a miscommunication there as Edwards will check in for Everingham, who hit that nice three a moment ago. And Triton's going to dial back the pressure, and they're going to work him in the half court. Edwards uses the screen set by Vincent. Swings it to Pearson. Pearson lost the basketball. Triton goes back the other way. Wood, Patrick. Oh, stop, put on the brakes. Leaves it for Brady Wood, and here comes Vincent.
Ball.
And the Trojans will hang on to a good recovery there defensively by the Panthers. They turned the basketball over. They could have just quit and let Patrick have an easy look. They get down there, and good defense by them. Patrick pushes it up top, tall for Brady Wood. He'll work through. Wood drives through with the run off the window. Off the back iron, no good. Pearson gets the defensive rebound. Dietzman now leaves it for Pearson. He'll sling it left. Taken away by Landon Patrick. 1-on-2 fast break. He'll elevate, goes up. Off the iron, no good. Pearson another rebound.
Yeah,
Vincent.
Just going to have to work at it. Knew that was going to probably get blocked.
Vincent untouched. Can't drop it in. Farrell with the rebound. Back to Edwards again for Vincent. He'll dial a three all by himself. This time it counts. And he lets the student section know how many that's worth.
Yep, and that's his first 3 points of the ball game.
Patrick now with it. Hands it to Swanson. Patrick on the right wing. Lost the dribble, hands it off to Riffle. Riffle spots for three. Feeling it off the back iron, too strong. And a rebound there for the Panthers. Vincent gets things set. Dietzman off the screen, gets the ball as he goes to Vincent down into Edwards in the low block. Edwards.
Yep.
And a foul call on Triton.
Yeah, that's not one you can just sit back there like that and let him go around and try to reach because you're going to get called for that. So Riffle's going to pick up his team's first for this.
And Jamison Swanson will check in for Gage Riffle. Stay tuned at halftime. We're going to have a little interview with Superintendent Jeremy Riffle during the halftime break. Edwards goes on over to Farrell, now to Pearson on the left wing. Down underneath, he goes to Edwards. Edwards kicks out Dietzman. Good closeout by Swanson. Pearson battling Overmeyer, pound for pound underneath. And a foul call called on the Trojans. I believe this might be on Jamison Swanson.
Yep, so he's going to pick his first, team second. Just trying to reach around, trying to get that ball to stop, and got a little flesh.
Edwards scans Vincent off the screen, fires another three. Can't get down to drop in. Pearson uses that frame and brings down the rebound. But here comes Jamison Swanson, steals it away.
Yeah, those quick hands, though, they're just knowing right where that ball is going to be and just pop it out.
Julian Swanson with the basketball, guarded by Dietzman. Swanson with the hop set, attacks the rim again, this time too strong. Dietzman with the rebound. Dietzman to Edwards, transition three on the way. Count that one! Basket's good, but there's a foul call.
Offensive foul. So Pearson's going to pick up his second.
And quickly, Isaac Bell going to check in for Pearson.
Must have been on a box out or something underneath.
Good ball movement again in transition there by the Panthers, setting up that three as they're coming in here now with this one on a 9-2 run here to start this second quarter. Aaron Wolfe and his Panthers are responding to that big Triton lead that they got there in that first quarter. Here comes the double team. Julian Swanson, elbow jumper from the mid-range. Can't get the friendly bounce. Farrell gets the rebound, and back go the Panthers. Vincent attacks. Has Dietzman with the up fake. Leaves it back for Vincent. Untouched again. Triton's flowing another switch defensively. Dietzman had a look, wanted to shoot the ball. Lost it. Farrell backs down. Brady Wood kicks it out to Dietzman. Inside the halfway point. Triton leads by 5. And a foul call underneath. A moving screen called on the Panthers. Might have got someone kind of leaning there a little bit.
So Bell's going to pick up his first, team second.
Patrick will come out of the ball game as Riffle will check in. Dietzman going to track Julian Swanson the whole way. The two guards go at it here. Overmeyer kicks it out. Swanson sees a lane, attacks, drops it in, banks open. Magic Swanson again.
Get all leading all scorers with 7.
He had 18 in that first ball game. He had 6 the other night. He's picking up right where he left off. Has the touch here to start the season.
I think he's just getting that confidence. Just drive it in.
Farrell spins. Good defense there by Brady Wood and Riffle. Back to Farrell. Triton swarms the paint, and the fouls there on the Trojans, and the and one opportunity coming for Farrell.
So Wood's going to pick up his first, team's third.
I'll tell you what, you need to give Brogan Farrell a lot of credit. He was swarmed immediately both times.
They just collapsed right on him.
He's got 4 points on 2 of 2 shooting, and he gets 3 points the old-fashioned way as he tickles the twine there. 4-point ball game, 3:10 to go here in the second quarter.
Yep, just clawing right back in.
Wood backing down Vincent. Kicks it out to Swanson. He'll try the head fake. Lost the dribble. Might have got away with a double dribble there. Overmeyer goes up, banks open. Another assist leading to that basket.
Just the presence just to get that defender to commit and then work around him.
Overmeyer got hit hard off the screen there. Bell misses the open 3. Swanson with the rebound. And Overmeyer slow.
Yep.
As he'll get some attention. That's a big loss for the Trojans. Kind of got popped and knocked to the ground pretty good. Quintana and Landon Patrick are back in the ball game as Brady Wood and Overmeyer take a break, and Overmeyer getting a quick look.
Catch who we had on the other side.
Everingham's in. Swanson stops on the baseline. And an offensive foul called on the Trojans on Swanson with a hook. Brady Wood wanted to check back in. He will momentarily. Farrell goes out to Dietzman for 3. What a shot of ball, gets flushed out. Riffle gets the defensive rebound, and back go the Trojans. Patrick, he'll attack. He sees a seam, but he has Swanson outside with the head fake. Back to Patrick. He tries to drive, lost the basketball, turnover, and the Panthers get the ball back. If it's anything like what that JV contest is, we should be in for a good one.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty tight.
Edwards will bring it up the floor and set the table for the Panthers. Everingham curls to the top of the key. He hit one earlier straight away. He hits that one there. A dagger, and that cuts the lead to 3.
It's 15-6 run here in this second quarter.
Patrick down in that corner, guarded by Dietzman. Patrick kicks it out. Brady Wood for 3. Can't that one short of the mark, and a foul underneath on the rebound. I believe Dietzman and Quintana got kind of tussled up there. So
Dietzman's going to pick up his first, team's third.
And Jaden Overmeyer back on his feet and wanting to get back in the ballgame, and he does as Swanson and Quintana take a break as Overmeyer and Julian Swanson back in the ball game. Patrick will trigger the inbound from his own baseline. He'll go to Brady Wood. Hands it to Riffle. Riffle takes off through the middle. Well, he's going to get called for a foul. He's going to kind of lead. Kind of left that forearm there. He couldn't put on the brakes in time. Good job defensively by the Panthers to be in position. Now Quintana.
And somebody's got to come out.
Swanson will check in on behalf of Riffle and Julian Swanson.
I think Riffle wanted to stop, and he just had that enough momentum, just went right into him.
And it was a good job by the Panthers to be up there and really kind of take that stop away. Vincent slings it back. Everingham for the tie. Does not get that one to drop in. Patrick with the rebound. On over to Swanson on the right wing. Back to Patrick. Overmeyer gets it. Everingham picks him up. Swanson patrols the baseline. Overmeyer patient with the footwork and drops it in. Everingham might have got poked in the eye a little bit. But nice patience there by Jaden Overmeyer, showing off the footwork and using that athleticism to put on the brakes and then go up for a better shot.
Swap out there. NorthWood.
Vincent now looking. He'll find Dietzman top of the key, slings it left. Bell underneath. Look at Patrick again. And Patrick is locking it down in the passing lanes here tonight.
Yeah, he's just one of those just lurking and just got that just that quickness, reach, just swatting those balls away.
Dietzman goes to Bell. Now to Vincent. Good job to take away the curl. Edwards will drive against Patrick, puts on the brakes. Out to Farrell. Of course, Pearson on the bench with 2 fouls for the Panthers. Good ball movement, good off-ball movement by the Panthers, though. Long possession.
It's like just kind of burning the clock out until we get something going.
Farrell contested, and he gets another and one opportunity. Brogan Farrell, another good physical play on the left block. He'll go back to the charity stripe.
And Jaden Overmeyer is going to pick up his first.
So Swanson and Riffle checking on behalf of Jamison Swanson and Isaac Quintana. Both head coaches very animated in their coaches' boxes here this evening. The Trojan faithful trying to get there, but Farrell again can get 3 points the old-fashioned way.
2-point ball game.
13 seconds to go.
Yep.
It's go time already.
There's a go time. Yeah.
Taken away by Dietzman. Dietzman attacks, goes up with the runner and puts it in, ties it at 27. And Patrick is going to heave it down the other way. And it was long enough, but did not get it to square up. And it's 27 all. What a first half between these two schools.
Yeah, that biggest thing is that second quarter, 20-8 scoring for NorthWood to get back into it.
Boy, what a first half.
So we can throw up there those team stats there. NorthWood perfect at the line on their 2 attempts. Triton just 1 attempt, didn't get it to drop. 5 of 8 compared to 9 of 15 on those 2-pointers. Behind the arc there, 5 of 15. NorthWood's been putting them up there, just can't get them to drop in. Triton there, 3 of 8. And then on those turnovers, 9-7 on our count right now. For NorthWood, Farrell leading their scores with 8, Everingham with 6, Dietzman with 5, Vincent and Edwards each with 3, and Pearson with 2. But then Pearson and Vincent each with those 2 fouls, and then Bell and Dietzman and also Edwards with those single fouls. For the Trojans, Swanson, like I said there earlier, is leading with 7, Overmeyer with 6, Wood with 5, Patrick 4, Riffle 3, and Jamison Swanson with 2, but also Riffle and Swanson having those 2 fouls, and then Wood, Overmeyer, and Julian Swanson finishing out with the single fouls.
So as we have a quick halftime interview here, joined by Superintendent Jeremy Riffle. Some things changing up this season. Obviously, as you've seen on the broadcast, now a paid-by subscription to watch live broadcasts this year. You want to kind of elaborate a little bit of where we're at with that?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity, and I just want to begin with a thank you to Triton Trojan Sports Network, going on, I believe, 13 years. It's often said, Andy and your crew, Orion and Kenny, it's often said, like, I just can't believe the production that's given, right? And so as a thank you, I just want to make sure you understand from the bottom of our heart that we are so thankful for you guys. But, yeah, just some adjustments and maybe not rolled out as efficiently as we would have liked to have done that. But in the end, there is nobody that listens to you guys on a weekly basis or a yearly basis that said it's not worth $13 or $10 a month, right? And so we got to a point where we really wanted to compensate the crew. There's money made off of ads. There's money possibly made off of the pay-per-view and that type of thing. So it's not really about the money, but it is how can we make this thing sustainable and make sure that it can continue for a long time. And just by giving a little bit of appreciation and saying thank you, other than a T-shirt and a hot dog, right?
Well, yeah, and we, like I said, we do appreciate the support. I mean, the school's been great. Obviously, the community's always been great, but we do appreciate the support there and everybody also subscribing because, like I said, there are some costs that come in with a lot of the stuff that we do, and all of us here, it's all on a volunteer basis.
Absolutely, and we just can't say thank you enough. And we just wanted to put it's gotten to the point. Congratulations to TTSN to where we really needed to put some structure around it, right? And just make sure that we're being good fiscal agents of the money that's being brought in, but also being fair to the people that spend time and effort. I told you guys over the last couple weeks, it's amazing that our 5th and 6th graders, right, our junior hires expect to go home every night and watch themselves on TV, right? Well, that doesn't just happen. That's Orion, taking of his time, going and sitting in the gym, recording that, uploading that, and they we just don't really realize how good we have it. And so we just want to put some structure around it.
And like I said, Orion does do all those travels. He goes to those elementary school games. Also, Margot also helps us as well. Yeah. We have plenty of volunteers that come out and help. I mean, also people that come up here and talk with us as well. But Orion puts a lot of time in. And unfortunately, everybody gets to see what goes on here at the ball game. When we get outside of here, Orion spends a lot of time at home taking care of the editing and things. And Kenny, obviously building some great programs we have for stats and all the other things he does and being on remote support when he's in the combine. I mean, but we do appreciate everybody's support. We got a heck of a team up here, and I mean, for me, I put a lot more hours into this than I probably do during work. I hope work's not listening to hear me say that. However, but at the same time, we do appreciate everybody in the community and your guys' support as well.
Absolutely. So we just we want to say thank you. We're gonna make a statement on social media just to make sure everybody that maybe isn't listening tonight can see that. But in the end, really just trying to put some structure around it to make sure it's going to be successful in the future.
Well, Jeremy, we appreciate taking the time to come here and kind of explain that. And like I said, keep an eye out for that post. And again, thank you for everyone subscribing here and watching here tonight. And we hope that continues to grow.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so
much.
All
right. We'll take a break back after halftime right here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Matt's 1-car, 2-bedroom apartment with a home office / home gym insurance. We're good at Nick's SUV and farmhouse with a remodeled kitchen / art gallery insurance.
And we're good at the Wilbur suburban home with the 2-car garage / rehearsal space insurance.
Have you seen my hockey socks?
Have you checked your sock drawer?
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
Some see a student athlete working on his shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a student athlete working on his shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Emma and Jake's just baby-proof their 2-bedroom bungalow to prepare for baby number 1 insurance.
We're good at Madeline and Chance's just gave in and became minivan people to make room for baby number 2 insurance.
And we're good at Gabby and Nate's just moved to a house with a bigger backyard to welcome fur baby number 3 insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood.
All right, second half about to get underway here from the terrace of the Trojan Trench. I'm Andy O'Hara. Alongside me here tonight, Kenny Barnhart. We got Caden and Caitlin on our sideline cameras for us this evening. And as always, the Hall of Famer Orion. They're here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network, broadcasting live on YouTube and the IHSA Champions Network. Well, I guess we'll talk about that later. It's a little bit covered up here as there's something added to the trench this week. But we'll get to that eventually here. As of course, we'll see what we can do about getting that eventually, but it's covered up.
Yep.
So we'll try getting that later on. But again, a good first half there, as you saw. I mean, Triton got out to that 19-7 lead, and then it was a 20-8 run by the Panthers there in that second quarter, and now we find ourselves where we started, all tied up.
Yeah, we would say that NorthWood that second quarter got that adjustment put in, and then just got right back into it. Tied game here, so a lot more. I think we said the second half, this first couple minutes could dictate a lot.
And one stat that kind of surprised me, I wouldn't have guessed that there in that before the ball game. Triton is leading right now, 10 points in the paint to the 4 of the Panthers.
Yeah.
I figured that would have been flip-flopped. But hey, Triton's been battling in the post.
Yep, then taking it right to them.
We're using that dog mentality here tonight.
Get that clock reset. Quarter go, and everybody's got thumbs up. We're ready to roll for this second half.
All right. As Vincent will get things started, the Panthers start with the basketball. Vincent on the right wing, taken away by Julian Swanson. Swanson lost it. There's Patrick to clean it up. Brady Wood dials a 3. Oh, in and out. Rebound there to Brogan Farrell. Up to Pearson, but Pearson's they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. Aaron Wolfe in disbelief, expressing his displeasure. So Triton catches a break here because Pearson had a head of steam and
just close enough, touched that edge of it.
I couldn't see it was in front of the scorer's table there.
Just right.
Patrick's going to drive all the way through, can't get it to drop in. He'll hit the deck. Pearson back to the way. The Panthers have numbers. Pearson, no look pass to Farrell. He just puts it in. Pearson with the assist. And Farrell's back on the board. And the Panthers take the lead. First time since the first quarter. Patrick leads it to Overmeyer on the right elbow. Leads it to Riffle underneath. Riffle stops and goes. Lost his dribble. Tipped there by Dietzman. Dietzman physical down the floor and a foul call. It's going to be on the Panthers. And the NorthWood faithful with the argument. And I think where they're arguing that it's kind of a 50-50 ball. No one really had possession as the two sides were trying to find possession. And Dietzman and Patrick.
And Dietzman's going to pick up his second.
Discussing recipes down there on the floor.
Yep. Just don't turn the oven on.
Just don't turn the oven on. Overmeyer. Hands it to Swanson, lost the basketball, and it'll be over and back.
Yep, like we said.
So both sides with some turnovers here to start this third quarter. And now Farrell will leave it for Vincent. Feeds it to Farrell on a reach-in foul on the Trojans.
Going to start calling a little bit tighter here, so Brady Wood's going to pick up his second, team's first for this third quarter.
A little bit of the energy that Triton felt earlier starting to kind of dissipate a little bit as the Northwood fans starting to take over momentum now. Dietzman off the screen, receives the inbound. He'll attack the baseline. Hop step goes up and drops it in.
Yeah, just enough to get both those defenders going up in the air and just wait till they're out of the road and taking a good shot.
Patrick will get it up the floor. Dietzman knocks it away, and a steal for him, and Patrick called for a foul.
So Patrick's going to pick up his first.
Patrick frustrated. The Northwood physical here to start this second half on a 4-0 run. Looking to climb. Pearson comes out to the three-point line with the up fake. He'll try the dribble drive into the lane, trying to draw some contact, in and out, flushed out of the rim. Riffle up the floor. Riffle lost the dribble. And a jump ball called. Triton will get a break there, but Triton kind of starting to get out of control here.
Yeah, I think they're feeling like it's getting behind, and they're trying to really rush too hard and catch up instead of remembering how they played that first quarter.
Where they executed, and they were kind of on point. They handled the basketball well. They ran the offense, didn't second guess, running out of time. 5 seconds, and Triton turns it over. But right now, the Trojans kind of shooting themselves in the foot, not really focusing on the things that made them so great there in that first quarter.
Yeah. I think that first quarter turned out pretty good. They kind of lost it there in the second quarter of what they was doing, and now after this halftime, they just got to get back to it.
Give Northwood a lot of credit. They are taking advantage of those Triton miscues and starting to climb on the scoreboard. Where they are now out in front by 4. Now the Trojan student section trying to fire up their defense. Everingham's pass a little bit behind Farrell, but Brady Wood knocks it away. And now the Panthers will inbound.
Triton does that a lot, that reach around, and just got to watch. Try to get all ball, but don't get any contact, getting a foul called on you.
Vincent to inbound. Leads it to Farrell. Farrell in the paint. Kicks it outside. Vincent trying to ask for a screen. He'll take it. Drive good. Feed to Everingham. Cannot connect. Overmeyer with the defensive rebound. He'll tip it to Swanson, and back go the Trojans.
It looked like Northwood's going a lot more aggressive right to the basket this third quarter.
And Julian Swanson does just the same. And that lifts the lead for the Trojans here in this third quarter. Everingham feeds it to Farrell. Now to Vincent on the right wing. 5 minutes to go here in the third. Pearson backing down, and a foul call on Overmeyer, I believe. Quintana and Patrick will check in on behalf of Overmeyer and Swanson. Bell and Edwards will check in on behalf of Farrell and Everingham. And Overmeyer was called for that foul.
Yep.
I interrupted Kenny.
Nope, you're good. I was doing a lot of clicking.
Pearson. Now Quintana's in a spot here where he can use that athleticism, those quick feet, to really disrupt Pearson. Bell. Oh, good feed.
Yep.
Extra pass goes up. If Pearson can't drop it in, it's tipped around, and Brady Wood gets the loose ball. A delay of game foul called on Triton. They're saying a flop by Landon Patrick is what they said. Which flopping is they're going to start calling it. Quintana was underneath where he tried to draw the foul from Pearson. Was not completely in the position. I like the no call there because he really wasn't set. But the Panthers will hang on to the basket.
No, Triton still gets the ball. It's more of a warning.
It's more of a warning. I'm pretty sure it's just more of a warning.
I don't think they can get penalized. I think it's just they're stopping and calling flops, but nothing happens.
Yeah. Swanson now past the half-court line. Use it for Riffle. Panthers doing a nice job, some on-ball defense. Really starting to pressure the ball. Swanson thought about it. Now he drives. Good close out there by Bell to take away the lane. Back to Swanson. Vincent not giving any breathing room. Swanson forces up a 2. Can't drop it in. Quintana battles Bell, but Bell wins it, and he goes back the other way. 3 on 4. Now they'll wait for the offense to get down there. Vincent sets it up. NorthWood trying to find some movement here. Vincent scanning. Leaves it for Pearson, top of the key. Down underneath goes to Vincent on the right block. Vincent elevates, goes up and puts the teardrop in. Panthers back by 4. Dietzman knew it. He's like, I was going to go for the ball and couldn't put on the brakes in time.
Biggest thing is that's his 3rd.
He's been a physical presence there in the backcourt for the Panthers in this ball game. And Overmeyer will check in on behalf of Quintana. Everingham will come in for Bell. So Dietzman's going to stay out there with those 3 fouls. Patrick now goes to work. Down by 4. That high-scoring first half has led to a defensive stalemate here in this second half. Overmeyer, what a drive by him. Bank is open.
Just ready to go. Just cut it around through there and just get it up through those defenders.
Vincent now calling the play down the floor as it relays what Coach Wolfe wants him to run. Good ball movement again by NorthWood.
They've been working pretty good, keeping the ball outside, got several different cuttings through, so if one guy gets it, another one's cutting through.
Good movement there, off ball by Pearson, the give and go there, and a nice assist for Vincent. Brady Wood. He'll try to attack. Pull-up jumper on the way. Drops it back in, answers right back.
Gets him up to 7 points.
Now look to spread it out a little bit. Good hard screen set by Everingham. Pearson cuts back door, goes up and draws. Oh, can't drop it in. They're going to get a charge as Riffle was set underneath. Pearson drove into the lane into traffic and hit the mail truck. Hit the mailman. Pearson cuts back door, goes up and draws. Oh, can't drop it in. They're going to get a charge as Riffle was set underneath. And Bell will check in for Everingham and Dietzman. So Pearson's going to stay out there with those 3 fouls. He picked up 2 there in that first half. They kind of sat him down for a little bit. I think it's the right move, kind of leave him in there, use that size. They really got that pick and roll really working. Brady Wood on the free throw line, retreats back to the top of the key. Oh, what a move by Brady Wood, and the floater drops in and ties it at 35. Brady Wood having himself a night. Vince on the right wing up on top to Pearson. Slings it to Edwards. Back to Bell. Jaden Overmeyer doing a nice job defensively. Pearson made him pick up his dribble. Farrell looks there, backing down Brady Wood, and he's going to get called for the foul.
That's one of those Wood just getting a little aggressive with the hands out. Says he was right there just to stand and take that charge.
Where Jason Groves is arguing, he felt that Brady Wood was straight up and down. I think where they may warrant that foul was that first back down, and then Brady kind of came back in and they kind of met again. I think that's where I think they're calling that foul. And Farrell's first free throw drops in. He is perfect on the night from the free throw line for 11 points. As Jameson Swanson checks in on behalf of Brady Wood. Pearson comes off the floor as Everingham's back in the ball game. NorthWood as a team, perfect from the charity stripe. And off the back iron it goes. Riffle with the rebound. The broadcaster's curse, my bad.
It's always there.
Always there.
It's one of those things you see a nice stat to say. And you always
do you say it or do you, man?
Yeah.
Well, I like to say it. I mean, I like seeing free throws being made. And really, I believe Farrell's the only one that has gotten to the free throw line for the Panthers tonight. Patrick, a nice move, spins, finds Overmeyer, cut to the basket. Can't hit the drop in, but gets his own rebound. Back out to Swanson. And a foul call, I don't know.
Yeah, that was pretty quick on foul on Vincent.
Vincent didn't really seem like he had position there. Must have got him on the wrist quickly.
And that's going to be his third, team's fourth.
So now both sides with one foul to give here with 1:04 to go in the third. Swanson now going to give it to Patrick. I think a Gage Riffle three's coming here momentarily. See if he can warm up. There's Swanson. Hands it to Patrick. Goes down into Overmeyer. Overmeyer fights through traffic. Can't drop it in. And he'll draw the foul, and now it's 5 team fouls on the Panthers. And what Aaron Wolfe saying is Overmeyer was clearing out space.
And Bell picked up his first.
Overmeyer's first free throw finds the bottom of the net to tie it at 36.
Get the right guy up there to shooting.
His mom likes that one. Here, Jessica all the way over here. Overmeyer puts his team up, hits those free throws. We talked about that last game. Dietzman and Pearson now back in the ball game on behalf of Edwards and Bell. Vincent. It's been a good one here tonight. 1 point ball game. The Trojans retake the lead. Off the free throws by Overmeyer. Everingham for the lead from three. Count that one. Vincent with the assist. Everingham's been on fire from beyond the arc. And a timeout for Jason Groves, a 30-second timeout. So he tries to refocus in his guys. Both sides have only used one timeout in this ball game. The Panthers doing a nice job. 36% from beyond the arc, 6 of 16 shooting.
Let's look at that charge that we got here.
There you go. Pearson cuts back door, goes up and draws. Oh, can't drop it in. They're going to get a charge as Riffle was set underneath. Kind of got in position down in there.
Yep.
It's kind of caught in traffic. Of course, the NorthWood student section. Construction gear. Or I guess fluorescent. Is that what you call that?
Yep,
fluorescent? But it's the way the lights go out, we'll know where they're at. About as loud as some of the shoes we saw earlier.
Yeah.
Well, but you can't see our student section. It's not the front row. That's a horrible joke. I don't want to do it again. I'm sorry, Caden. Sorry. I couldn't stop myself. Now Patrick brings it to the floor. 20 seconds to go. Triton looking to carry some momentum into the fourth. Here comes the trap by the Panthers. Oh, and Vincent intercepts that one. 3-on-1 fast break. Feeds to Farrell for the lead, or the tie, or I guess for a 4-point lead. Excuse me. Patrick attacks quickly. Got to fire a three. Contest on the way. Back iron, no good. And the Panthers take their first lead into a quarter as they lead here now 41-37. We'll take a break.
We'll stay here.
We'll stay here. There.
Do the schedule.
Yep, there you go.
I think.
Might.
Potentially.
Yeah, it slips
there
over.
we go. So next week we're hosting Lakeland Christian and then Pioneer. We're still in this big old homestand here.
Yep, yeah. Big old homestand.
And Pioneer's on Friday night, right?
Yep. Yep. That'll be Friday. Then Bethany Christian, and then that following Friday on that 19th, travel to Winnemac, and that closes out that December.
Yep.
Seeing down through there, I just got thinking today that Bi-County should be getting pretty close to the drawing.
That's what we were just discussing that the other night.
That should be getting close to find out where home or away we get to travel for the week. Well, of course, end up at LaVille for most of it for the later in the week. So that's always been a great tournament.
Of course, you really can't see it over there across the way. I wanted to kind of bring attention to it, to try and put up a sign in a particular place in the trench for Grandpa John. And, of course, If you know who Grandpa John was, he was the man who his voice still echoes here in this gym, yelling defense, letting the boys know when to play, and that's his spot. Of course, you can still hear him calling for defense. I can still hear it. I don't know about you. I mean, I kind of look and I just wait for it. So the Panthers will start it with it here in this fourth quarter. That 4-point lead, Triton trying to hang with them. Vincent down to Farrell. Farrell goes up and it looked like Triton might have got all ball, but it must have got him with the body.
So Brady Wood's going to pick up his fourth.
So the Panthers had 4 points in the paint there at the half. They got 6 there in that third quarter. It's Farrell, the only one who has been to the line tonight for the Panthers.
Yep.
Just trying to look down through here. And these two teams were tied here to start this third quarter, 11 points off turnovers, according to Wes's stats down there. I thought the same thing when I looked at your screen. I would have guessed that'd be more. Patrick outside. Goes to Swanson. Swanson works on Overmeyer at the up fake. He'll drive with the runner. Bank is, it's closed as it flushes out of the rim. Dietzman. Everingham transition. Count that one from the corner.
Timeout.
Now Jason Groves will take a full.
Because that's going to be the Northwood's biggest lead here at this 9-point mark.
And Triton had that largest lead.
14 is what I had down.
14, 21-7 there in that first quarter. But Northwood, like you said, to be down there in that first quarter, keeping their composure and coming back in that ball game, and then really kind of just taking over here in this third and the second half. They've gotten that lead. They've given it up once, but haven't looked back.
Yeah, because I say that second quarter they got, hey, we need to do this, got to get a little more focused. And so they got going into halftime knew, hey, we can come back. And then, like I say, going into this third quarter, they've just kept going off of that and just getting their biggest lead right now.
And for Triton here, now it comes down to, the controllables.
Yep.
You got to run your offense, continue to play defense because it was really feeding. Get this crowd back into it and really kind of feed off that to try to see if you can find a way to challenge for that lead and ultimately keep this game close going into the end of regulation.
Keep your composure. Yeah, you're down by 9, but don't focus on that. Get back to your basics and just get back to what you was doing there earlier.
They say cooler heads prevail, and in the moments of high stress this game obviously is. And right now out there for those guys that are out on the floor, it's stressful for no matter what jersey you're wearing because this has been a physical ball game from start until now.
Yep, I think the second half has probably been called just a little bit tighter than that first half.
Yep.
So then just a little bit more of the players have got to really adjust now what they're going to get called on that they may not have got earlier in the game.
So the Panthers going to pressure in the full court. Not going to trying to really get settled in. Someone's got to take off for the Trojans here to try to get that lifted. Dietzman takes it away. He goes up, stealing the basket. The Panthers continuing to climb now, the lead to double digits. Patrick going to attack. Kicks it out to Swanson. Now Swanson in the center circle. Uses the screen. Pearson picks him up. Goes to Patrick. Dietzman doing a nice job defensively. Patrick to Swanson. Thought about it.
Just can't get open.
Also doing a nice job really taking away that shot. Outside it goes to Patrick. Patrick works away from the screen. He'll go with the Euro step up, and he gets off the side of the iron. No good. Farrell with the rebound, and back go the Panthers. Vincent goes to Farrell, back to Pearson.
I imagine Northwood's probably now just going to, I would say, a little bit of delay, just take a little more time getting that ball moved around before you're really looking for a shot.
Farrell now on the right side of the lane, leaves it for Vincent in the corner. Trying to get a foul call underneath on the Trojans, I believe, battling for position.
So Jamison Swanson's going to pick up his third. Brady's going to swap for Patrick.
Pearson works it out to Vincent. 11-point ball game in favor of the visiting Panthers. Dietzman stops on the free throw line. Leaves it for Vincent. Knocked away by a riffle. The two collide, trying to go for the ball. The Trojans called for the foul.
So Riffle's going to pick up his third. Team's third.
Vincent will trigger the inbound in front of his own bench. Leaves it up for Pearson. Alley-oop up and in. The assist to Vincent off the inbound. Vincent's down to at least, I think I have him down for seven assists.
Probably. I don't think I got all of them.
Riffle swings it. Brady Wood, corner three. Off the iron. Pearson battles for the rebound. He gets it. Up to Everingham. Now to Dietzman. Transition three. Triton slow on the switch. And now the Panthers have taken over. Timeout, Jason Groves.
12-0 run here in this fourth quarter. Triton just can't get focused.
It's kind of seeming to kind of falling off the rails here, but that's a credit. NorthWood really taking advantage. Triton kind of losing that edge that they had earlier on. The Dogs kind of gone quiet here for them, but NorthWood's got to give them a lot of credit. They've shown up here. The game's on the line. They're starting to take over, and now it's the largest lead of the ball game. Period. Yeah,
and then Triton's going to try and shoot some of those threes, but just 3 of 11 that they've been able to get going. Both teams shooting above 50% on their 2-pointers, but Triton just not getting a chance to get the good looks here in that second half.
My bad.
Well, hey, that if you go, that's the girls' crew. Yep. Hey, Abby's here in spirit. Well, there you go. Q's on. You've got to keep everybody away. Of course,
we always do that. If anybody's got any inkling of sickness, you just stay away.
Just stay away. Not that we don't enjoy everybody being around. Just stay away.
Yep.
Oh, he's just making edits there quick. Oh, my goodness. Oh, goodness. It's been a fun one to call. Wow. I mean, the JV contest was close. It came down to a 3-point ball game where NorthWood took a last-second shot, got up in a lead, and trying to turn it over.
Just that little bit of misfocus.
The Trojans' turnovers, they had 11 there at the end of that third quarter.
I got them up to, this says 14. It's got to be more than that.
So at least three here in this quarter. Pearson. And for Triton, they've done a lot of nice things, but right there, Landon Patrick takes it away. Good feed to Overmeyer, puts on the brakes, tries to draw the foul. Pearson trying to say he wasn't shooting. He was kind of caught in mid-flight.
So Pearson's going to pick up his fourth.
Kind of a tough spot to be in. But again, good patience by Overmeyer as he misses his first free throw. He's got 10 points again. Second free throw off the front iron, short of the mark, empty trip.
No free fries.
No free fries.
No free haircut.
No free haircut. There you go. Pearson. Oh, good
nice
job by
move.
Farrell.
Good go.
But good eyes there by Pearson for the assist. Patient, felt the pressure kind of step up in, and it leaves Farrell wide open on the right block. Swanson now top of the key. Will drive with the runner off the window, short of the mark. Good defense by the Panthers. And now they look to just bleed some clock and run their offense. Out of Vincent. Goes to Farrell. The Triton student section still trying to fire their defense up. The jab by Pearson. Stops. Fade away jumper with the hook shot. Can't drop it in. Good offensive rebound there by Everingham. A lot of seniors for either side. Everingham now works it on to Dietzman. Vincent on the left block. Blocked by Patrick, or knocked it down by Patrick at least. Goes out of bounds off the Panthers. Give our sideline camera crew a shout out. They've done a good job here tonight. Brady Wood rolls left. Finds Riffle up top. He'll drive. Kicks it back to Overmeyer. Overmeyer drives side of the lane with the up fake. Goes up off the window. Banks open for Overmeyer. He's got 12. Farrell leads it on over. Pearson on the baseline, kicks it out. Everingham, another corner three. Can't drop it in. Landon Patrick with the defensive board. Goes to Brady Wood. Transition three. Count that one for Brady Wood. Patrick with the assist and another timeout for Groves. They will have one timeout remaining. It's a 30-second timeout.
Yep, just get that refocused here. A couple minutes to go. Getting a little momentum back.
Of course, good luck to the fifth grade.
Yeah, the fifth grade's at the Riverside Tourney at Lincoln Junior High tomorrow morning at 9:30.
And that fifth grade team is impressive, Orion. They've been a lot of fun to watch. I've kind of caught a few things of them.
They're 9-0, and they beat their opponents by like 50 points.
Yeah, I mean, the average scoring margin, they seem like they're beyond their years as far as the way they play.
Did I catch the game the other night? They didn't even let them score the second half.
They did not let them score in the second half.
Yeah.
So
just like, holy cow.
That fifth grade group is impressive. And there's also good luck to the girls varsity and junior varsity tomorrow. We at North Miami for a conference matchup down there. Also good luck to another team wearing red tomorrow.
Well, you got to what do?
Well, the team, the Crimson and Cream tomorrow. Let's be real.
That's
Jeremy's
all
not here, I can say that.
It's all red for tomorrow.
It's all red.
In Indy.
Dietzman goes up, can't drop it in. Overmeyer at the rebound. Aaron Wolfe pleading for a foul. Patrick drives, puts on the brakes. Out to Swanson. Riffle for three, contested. Off the iron, no good. Pearson with the rebound and Triton called for a foul. Jason Groves say nope, keeping the pressure up.
So Overmeyer's going to pick up his third, team's fourth.
Well, the radio shows have been fun to listen to this week, leading up to tomorrow's game. Which one? Either one in Indianapolis?
Yeah.
Called by the same guy.
Hey,
that's going to be that's going to be a long day for him.
That's going to be impressive to call basketball, then get in the car and go over.
What do you mean get in the car? Just walk across.
Oh, just walk across. So I guess I'll have to walk. Well, maybe they'll give him a cart. You never
probably.
know. Let me give him a cart. Dietzman trying to give some separation to the arm. Triton takes it away. Swanson attacks. Goes up with a verse. Knocked away by Vincent and a foul call from the far side official.
So Vince is going to pick up his fourth.
This will be his first trip to the line. Drops that one in the bucket. Edwards will now check in for Everingham. It's been a while since we've had a substitution.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like, had I been missing anybody?
I thought the same thing for a moment. And Swanson rattles the second one home for his 9th point of the evening. Vincent attacks up the floor. Riffle to pick him up. Riffle, good hard screen set by Edwards. Edwards has set a lot of nice high ball screens. here this evening. Vincent to Pearson. Final minute here of the ball game. Edwards. Vincent has a trying, getting told to foul. Now they start to foul. A timeout for NorthWood. I believe it'll be probably a 30.
Haven't found out yet.
It's a full. They're sitting down. So they will have 3 timeouts remaining. Yes.
Yep.
3?
2 and a 1.
Yeah, we'll see. I wonder if Don will have to get a bunch of different throat lozenges and everything to kind of keep himself going. I mean, I'm semi-hoarse now from calling this one.
Yep.
But should be going. But the Lady Trojans, like I said right there, I mean, 3-3 on the air as Ryan throws a schedule up there. I mean, lost to LaVille the other night, but has won some big games. That big one over Plymouth and kind of went over there against Career Academy. This will be their first conference game since that first game of the year when they hosted Argus and won in that one. And, of course, Manchester got rescheduled to Wednesday.
Twice again.
Twice.
Yeah.
Do we hear that? Let's hope it's not for a third time. You know, I mean, we're getting a little deep in there in the air, but of course, Glenn was also rescheduled due to the girls and their success.
Oh, yeah.
In volleyball getting to semi-state. So, can't believe it's like football. It felt like the fall didn't even exist. I mean,
the high school football just seemed to go quick.
Oh, it did. Well, Jackson stripping the combine was quick, too. He was asleep the second round or second time around. Patrick reaches in, gets the foul.
It's going to be his second, but that's going to send NorthWood to the line now.
And this is where Triton has to have some hope here, but NorthWood has done an outstanding job shooting the free throw.
5 of 6. And we got a few more guys that's been at it. Edwards. He has not been there yet this evening.
And this, of course, is NorthWood team going to face in a tough Northern Lakes Conference as Edwards off the mark on the first. Trying to course in the Hoosier North. They will not see until that last game before the new year against Winnemac. Be their first. Next Friday against Pioneer. Excuse me. I looked at the wrong line. Patrick hands it off to Jamison Swanson. Swanson dials a deep 3. Showtime! Nails that one.
Jamison Swanson for 3.
And he'll foul quickly. Boy, that was deep.
Yeah.
We may have to readjust the Oviedo range.
Thing is, I don't think he got any good looks earlier in the game to try to get one off.
Boy, Swanson. Swanson dials a deep 3. Showtime! Nails that one. So Vincent back to the line. This is his first trip to the line, rather. NorthWood back to the line. Vincent rattles that one in. Camera angle looks good there. Orion.
We're lucky they're still running.
Of course, not everybody knows. Orion has to wheel that out there, but you got to give Caitlin and Caden some credit. They got to play bodyguard during warm-ups, and Vincent perfect on that. Trippizi knocks that one down. 30 seconds to go. Up to Swanson. Now they're going to close him out. They're not going to give him any breathing room. Gives it to Patrick. He'll attack. Out to Overmeyer. Swings it to Swanson. Now he'll tile another 3. Off the iron. No good. Tipped around. Pearson gets the rebound. And that is going to just about do it. NorthWood's going to pick up the win here to improve to 2-0. Triton will lose their first of the year, 2-1. As next week they will host Lakeland Christian Academy on Tuesday. We'll see about post-game interview. Let me go down and see if I can get one. If not, you can tell me yes or no. You're in charge.
Try to get one.
Okay. Well, I'll try.
I'll throw up the team stats there. So for NorthWood there for the free throws, got line there a few more times, 8 of 10. Triton 4 of 7. 2-pointers, 13 of 22 compared to 14 of 26. 3 points, 8 of 19 and 5 of 15, and those turnovers 15 to 14. For NorthWood closing out there, Farrell with 17, Dietzman and Everingham each with 12, Vincent with 7, Pearson with 6, and Edwards rounds out there scoring with 4. For the Trojans, Overmeyer and Wood each with 12, Swanson with 9, Jamison Swanson with 7, Patrick with 4, and Riffle with that lone 3 finishes out their scoring. So stay tuned here. We're going to get reconfigured and try to have your interview.
The Indiana The Indiana High School Athletic Association is proud to present another Mental Attitude Award winner.
Every year on Thanksgiving weekend from Lucas Oil Stadium, the IHSAA and the Indianapolis Colts host the high school football state finals. This gives the student athletes from each team an opportunity of a lifetime. In Class 3A, the Cascade Cadets captured their first ever state title with an undefeated season, capping it off with a 15-point win over Fort Wayne Lures. The entire Cadets roster left Indianapolis as state champions, but one student athlete received the most distinguished award. I'm Nathaniel Finch, and this is your Class 3A Blake Rest Mental Attitude Award winner.
It's awesome. I try to be a role model to my younger teammates in this community. I have a little brother and sister, and I try to be the best person I can be. I try to trust God. If you treat people the right way, other people like you, and it's like a family, and this team's a family because we have so many seniors that love each other, and we try to support each other.
Senior Brady Trebley of Cascade, nominated by his principal and head coach for demonstrating excellence in mental attitude, scholarship, leadership, and athletic ability during his 4 years of high school. The IHSAA's executive committee then reviewed the nomination along with the best from Bishop Lures and selected Trebley as the recipient of the award. Brady Trebley ranks top 10 in his senior class and will be graduating with academic honors. A member of the National Honor Society and the IHSAA Leadership Council, Trebley volunteers as a youth football coach and helps with basketball and football camps. The Cascade quarterback has been a team captain since his freshman year.
I feel like through experience and just life happening to you, you learn some traits. So I've learned to be able to talk to younger kids and kind of adapt to situations and who I'm talking to and try to be nice to everybody, treat them with kindness.
As the school record holder for career touchdown passes, Trebley may be the best QB Cascade has ever seen. He also stars in baseball and basketball, the first ever cadet to earn a Mental Attitude Award. The community support will stick with Trebley long after his days in Hendricks County.
Yeah, everything's for the name across my chest, Cascade. This community comes together. You know, you have a lot of teams that win state, one team, one dream, all this stuff. But no, we are a community of different towns that came together. We all grew up here in this community. Being able to win this for the community at St. Cascade, it's awesome. It's awesome.
The Indianapolis Colts, the presenting sponsor of the IHSAA football state tournament, present a $1,000 scholarship to Cascade High School's General Scholarship Fund in the name of Brady Trebley. I'm Nathaniel Finch, and your Class 3A Mental Attitude Award winner is Brady Trebley of Cascade.
All right, now we're here with Brady Wood. Brady, another tough night here tonight. Yes, it ends up in a loss, but for your group and how you guys came out and battled, you felt that energy. How important was that crowd to really kind of feed you guys there in that first half?
The crowd is everything. You know, when the crowd's loud, it gives us all energy. It gives everybody confidence. So the crowd is a really huge part of a basketball game.
And for you guys, yes, on the season it is a loss, but how important was a game like this to kind of sharpen the tools for you guys here going on this season?
You know, it gives us things to clean up, and it also shows us, you know, we can play with these top-level teams. We can play. I mean, they're 12th in 3A. We can play with the big teams, the good guys. We are just as good as anyone out there.
And tonight, I said on the broadcast and here in the pregame, tonight, yes, the dogs on one side were a little bit bigger than the other side, but tonight the fight and the dog for you guys was something impressive, knowing that you guys are able to keep to compete. How big is that going into practice for you guys here for the rest of the week?
Oh, it's everything. You got to play with a chip on your shoulder, especially being undersized. You just got to want it. You got to want it more than the kids that think you guys, like, I'm not sure if they thought this, but some people will just look over us because we're small. So you gotta want it.
And Brady, I've always talked about your work ethic outside of basketball, or outside just here during the season. These kids tonight, you had the Triton youngsters that were noisy as all get out during the JV contest. How important is it to play and do the things you do? What advice would you give to those little younger kids?
I would just say it's got to be all you think about. If you really love this game and you want to take it to the next level and be really good in high school, you gotta be obsessed with it. It's gotta be all you think about. I mean, obviously have friends, go have fun, have family, but you gotta always be thinking about how you can get better, watching film, just always thinking about basketball. Like, I don't suggest this to the little kids. Don't be watching YouTube in class, but I'm always watching film studies on Shea, Jason Tatum, you know, players that are at that level.
And for you watching those guys, like for me growing up, it was like Reggie Miller, Michael Jordan, John Stockton, Malone, all those guys. What kind of things do you try to pull as a high schooler that the pros are doing?
Just the way they handle themselves. It's almost like if you watch some NBA players, it looks like they're walking on the basketball court. They're just controlled. Nothing shakes them. They're at pace with everything. So just being patient, staying under control, and not being able to be shooken.
Now, outside of basketball, we talked enough about basketball. For you, what things do you enjoy doing off the floor?
I enjoy hanging out with my family, my neighbor Mikey, and just going to the Y and hooping. Yeah.
Well, then the lumberjack, because he seems to be trying to get your attention over there. But the family's important. You guys with the holidays, what kind of things is like family traditions you guys kind of try to do during the holidays?
We're a pretty crazy family. We like to have fun, so I know we just get everybody together, and I mean it's pretty traditional, but we just hang out, joke around, and make fun of each other. So. Well,
that's always a good time, Brady. I'll let you go get changed. Good job tonight. Keep putting in that hard work. Appreciate it, bud. We'll take a quick break. Jason's finished up his other interview, then he'll be back over here, and we'll be back right here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network. All right, Coach. Tonight, you got to be proud of the way your team kind of came out. Yes, the second half didn't quite go as planned, but yet this team came out with an edge to them. And what's it like to see them battle against a team like NorthWood, a top team in 3A?
It was nice. Obviously, the start was good. You know, that's one thing we talked about. You guys got to come out and be the aggressor and attack, and I thought they did that both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. You know, just I don't know if they wore us down or you know, but I felt like we lost that and maybe lost the confidence a little bit, you know, and that's where we struggle. You know, when things are going well, we're really good. Okay, when things aren't going very well, that's when we kind of start to nitpick at each other and lose our focus, I guess. And, you know, that's a big area where we got to be better. And so, you know, if we want to be successful, make a run in the tournament, those are the areas we got to get better at.
And tonight, again, like a stat that I was kind of surprised at halftime, outscoring Northwood in the paint 10-4 at the half. Your guys again found a way to dominate against bigger guys in the paint.
Yeah, I mean, we knew they were going to come out and extend their man-to-man defense and pressure us. We got some quick guys that can get to the basket, and I thought we did a good job doing that. I thought NorthWood did a nice job adjusting, kind of maybe backing off and just trying to keep us in front of us a little bit and not denying so much. But yeah, that's what we got to be able to do. We got to be able to get to the basket when we need to and knock down shots when they give us that. And so I thought, give NorthWood credit. I thought they executed at a really high level, no matter who was in the game, what the situation was. They kept their composure and really did a nice job executing. That's how we got to be in all parts of the game. I felt like there were times where, we just tried to do too much individually instead of as a team. So.
And Michael Jordan always says failure is the best teacher, and for this group tonight, yes, it's a loss on the win column and the win-loss column. But for this group, to figure these things now, it's better to figure it out early than try to figure it out too late.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're going to grow from this. I mean, obviously you grow from failure, and we're going to learn from it and hopefully get better. But that's one thing we got to understand is we got to take this as a learning example and learn from our mistakes, and not just point fingers. It's got to be, okay, what are we all doing wrong? What could we have done better as a coaching staff, as players, and correct that and get better at it. So, it's a learning experience. This, in the grand scheme of things, isn't going to have an impact on any of our goals we want to accomplish this year. So, but it was definitely a good test for us, that's for sure.
Well, Triton will finish up. They'll have a few more games here at home before they go on the road against Winnemac. We're going to end it here tonight from the Terrace of the Trojan Trench. Until next time, thank you everyone for watching. Remember the Trojan way.